Damn, they were giving it up like that.
Nasty.
Damn.
Filthy, man. Filthy. So, speaking of niggas, man.
That's why we here, right?
That's an awful segment.
No, that's why we here.
Yeah,
niggas.
we are niggas. So, man, for those who don't know, man, the greatest gymnast of all time, Simone Biles, stepped down from the all-around competition at the Tokyo Olympics. Mm-hmm. She cited mental health as being the reason, man. Says, she just felt like she had the weight of the world on her shoulders, man. Said she just really wasn't fucking with it. We've been kind of seeing this as a theme. Naomi Osaka said it.
Yeah.
There's been many NBA players who came out and spoke to it. Just kind of that feeling. I think it's interesting to me that a lot of it seemed to come during the pandemic, kind of playing in those empty gyms, and it kind of makes me think about what those crowds maybe.
They help out a lot.
How they, just hooping, they're hooping in that empty gym, and as opposed to hooping in front of a crowd, or screaming or booing fans, either or. So, that's dope.
Okay,
that's dope. That's dope.
I figured they would do it.
Yeah, for sure. For those who don't know, man, we record on Thursday. It's draft day, and they're doing a
tribute.
Yeah, a tribute to Terrence Clark. We spoke about him when he passed, man. Car accident in Cali, man. Young kid. Was definitely league bound, man. Tragic story. Got Len Bias feels. Not necessarily, obviously Len Bias died from an overdose, but just a young talent, man, who ready to take the world by storm, and we tragically lost.
Thing about the NBA, man, they don't miss when it comes to like acknowledging situations like this.
Not at all.
I think a few years back, this guy was he was a potential draft pick, and he had to kind of cut his career short due to like an illness that he was suffering with, and he was still kind of drafted on draft night, and he was presented a jersey, got to walk the stage. So that's one thing about the NBA, and what's his name, Adam Silver.
Yep.
Like they do a cleanup job, and as we can see now, his mother and his sister are walking up on stage.
Yeah, man. So
just kind of puts it in perspective that it's bigger than basketball.
Absolutely. And
life always comes first, man.
Yeah, man. Just them being able to hear his name, man. He worked his whole life to get to that moment, man. So being able to hear his name called, being drafted, man, is just absolutely dope.
It's moving.
For sure.
Definitely.
So to get back to it, man, so Simone, and we talked about kind of, mental health, and we speak about it a lot. We both talked about going to therapy. I'll get to that in a minute. Talking about going to therapy, man, and so for me, on the surface, I saw it, and I kind of, I was like, well, good for her.
Right.
Take care of yourself first. First thought is good for her. And that's how I see other people. And that's my feelings on it. So let me make that known. It's good for her. Do what's best for you, at the end of the day. But also, man, I saw a lot of people who, and I can see where they're coming from. And the question was raised, is that what we want to teach our kids?
To run away from our issues.
Right. To kind of shut down. And so the question I'm posing to you is this taking care of herself, or is she quitting?
She's definitely taking care of herself.
Okay.
And I can see the angle that people are trying to play. Of course.
Two things can be true at once.
Yeah, it can. It definitely can. And I can see how people try to push negativity towards, a positive person like Simone. She's never in headlines or anything like that. So people just always try to find something, to kind of to hold over your head.
Right.
Just coming from a competitive family, a lot of athletes in my family, I was always taught, man, like, once you're on the court, once you're on the field, like, you kind of have to block everything out.
Yep.
Coming from that angle. Okay, we've seen great athletes who've been going through like some crazy shit.
Brett Favre
with his dad dying, right?
Michael Jordan coming back after his dad passed.
Right?
Yep.
And it's just the great ones, and and by all means, Simone is one of the greatest gymnasts that we've ever laid eyes on, right?
The greatest.
Okay. But it just takes a different type of person. Like to a sense, to a degree, you almost have to be borderline crazy to do what these people are doing. Brett Favre going out there and having a hell of a game.
Yep.
Right. Michael Jordan winning the finals.
Kobe. Rape trial. No, I just naming what happened. I wasn't being funny.
But they didn't win a ring that year.
But he played his ass off.
He did.
Every game. No, dead ass. Every game he came back from the trial. He dropped like 30, 40. He went crazy.
I forgot the trial was going on.
Yeah, he was going to court.
Oh,
he was going. He was flying to Colorado. Yeah.
That does play.
That's different. That's different.
So it just takes a special individual to block, the unnecessary noise out and just tap into a different bag.
Did OJ play football after he killed old girl?
He did not.
Okay.
He had a hell of an acting career after he killed old girl.
He did do that.
Those Naked Gun movies, though.
That's a fact. He also has 3 beautiful daughters, or 2, and Chloe and Kim.
And Chloe, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. Let me not
shout
get all track.
Shout OJ.
Let me not get all track. But yeah,
shout
man,
out to OJ.
But not saying that Simone isn't a special athlete. It's just maybe she just doesn't have that skill to kind of.
Everybody not built the same.
They're not, and she may not have. She may not have, and that's not taking anything away from her. So if she needed to tap out, miss these Olympics, she's still young. She can still come back and clean up.
Absolutely.
And pretty much like the people that have shit to talk about her, they probably can't even do a cartwheel.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I looked at it, and I think that to me is the over. That to me is the answer, which is everybody's not built the same. And I think what should be focused on more is important, to be you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not feeling it, you don't have to do it, and there shouldn't be an issue with that.
We all handle shit
Be yourself.
differently.
We all handle shit different. If for you, it's too much to bear, then fuck it. Stay away from it. You know what I mean? If you can power through it, then do so. And I think to me that's more important than anything. One thing I did see, man, and I've been watching a lot of sports talk show. I normally don't, but I was kind of watching. And actually, I caught I can't remember this. Emmanuel Acho was on All the Smoke podcast. And he was talking about the Sha'Carri situation. And he made a lot of sense. One thing for me, man, is, no matter how I feel about a situation, I'll always yield to what makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of the ones that's like, no, this got to be it, and that's it. It's not that. If it makes sense, and we discussed this in a situation with the young lady who was shot by a police officer. Remember, she had a knife. And we spoke about that.
Right.
And it was,
wrong
is wrong. And so, he made a point, and I'll be real quick because I don't want to, we talked about Sha'Carri a good bit. And basically, he pointed out the fact that in certain countries it's illegal to smoke weed, period. Mm-hmm. I think he mentioned in China it's punishable by 10 years in jail if you're caught. So the point was that in different countries, you can't even do it. So in theory, it can give you a competitive advantage. And the thought process kind of, when I saw what happened with Simone, I thought back to that. I said, makes sense. You're dealing with what you're dealing with. You got that obvious nerves of running the Olympic trials.
Right.
And weed, smoking, whatever, can calm you down a little bit, right?
Right.
So in theory, if I can smoke and that calms me down and relieves those nerves, and I don't have to deal with those mentally, but you can't. Not saying you would, but you don't have the option to.
Yeah.
Right? And, the thing about it is, he pointed out that it's not that it's, banned or illegal for you to do it. It's illegal to do in competition.
Compete. Right.
So when he said that, it made sense. So then I thought about that, and I took that to Simone and was like, okay, cool. She doesn't have this option, so she chose another, and the other being to step down. So
just so she can get high.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, or whatever. Whatever her vice is, whatever calms
Let's
her
not
down.
put that on.
Yeah, you put that on. I didn't say it. That was you.
You agreed.
No, I said was yeah. That's you. Make that clear. I'm doing that for here on out. Yeah, I'm making you wear that shit.
Yeah, I got it.
Put that T-shirt on. So yeah, man. So again, man, I think that to me is the most important part. Is just being yourself. Mm-hmm. And dealing with it how you dealing with it. So I think it takes more courage to do that than anything. You know what I mean? To say, listen, man.
And to actually, put on a smiling face like nothing's wrong, and just to appease people
that don't really care about you.
We get that a lot, man. We can almost look back and tell like when niggas going through shit.
For sure.
Like the little pie face they have, and it's like.
Yeah,
little shit right there.
You know what niggas, man.
That nigga old lady slipped out last night. He going through that shit.
Yeah, you know what time it is. You know what I mean? So, to me, that's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Simone for standing on her principles, man.
Oh, yeah.
One thing about me, man, I'm a man of principles. So, I can always salute somebody for standing on theirs.
Yeah, and we'll see her in 2024.
Oh, for sure. She'll be back.
Her and Shakari.
For sure, man.
We got to hold them down, though, man.
Yeah, in the meantime, we definitely got to hold them down. Yeah.